Here's the dryer that I mentioned that we have to take a look at. We just looked at the washer, and I think I might have told you that the customer already started tearing this apart. I moved it from the garage into my back porch so I could run an extension cord for the 220 volts that this dryer needs to work. But instead of carrying it downstairs and all that, makes it easier this way. So what we got to do is find out why this doesn't heat up. And I was cleaning it a little bit, trying to get the underneath so it wasn't so bad and stuff like that. So, and you can see I cut myself. All that metal is sharp. So the first couple things I noticed is if we look down where the heating element is that actually heats up the dryer itself through that little vent right there. This down here is just laying down in the bottom. That was just laying down in the bottom. And if we take a peek inside, there you can see the little spring looking things. That's the heating element there. And if you look right back there, that's what it is supposed to connect to. That means that this thing has to be about so high off the bottom of the dryer. Well, it's missing the bracket that holds this back part up. So that was one thing. I says, well, we got to get that ordered. And I probably could use this with it setting like it is right now, just to see if it heats up and everything. But I just took a quick look at this, and it didn't look like anything was bad on it. I don't know about the sensors that are on here. I guess we'll have to try it and see, and then go from there. But yeah, so that was the bracket is one thing that we got ordered, and that is this right here. So this sets up in there, and sets there like that. And then the front, like I said, is inside that hole that's down on the bottom there. So that's the back mount. And that little tab right there, we can see right here, just slides down into that little hole right there, and that's it. And then this bracket itself mounts down on the inside of there, probably by just one screw or something. I haven't tried it in there or anything, but there's a few holes, and so it looks like it's just by one or two screws maybe. But that's what we needed for that. Now, I was looking at the back, and let me move this out of the way a little bit. I'm just going to swing this around. Let's see. So we got back here. I just grabbed a screwdriver because we're going to look back here. Look at that. My band-aid's already fallen off. Cheap things. I was curious what the back looked like, because I was thinking, if something's wrong with the motor or whatever. So we take this screw out here, throw that aside, and then we can just pull this whole thing out. We can take this screw out right here too, and then this will come out in two pieces. But This is the part that exhausts out of the house, and it just slides right in that part right there. And that's it. So now, I forgot my flash. Gotta get my flashlight. All right, so here's what I'm gonna show you that I found when I was down here just checking things out. You can see the white piece right there, and there's the belt. I don't know if I can hold this one up. Get that in there. This white piece right there, and then there's the belt that goes up there, and then it goes around here, back up here, through here, and up towards the top. Well, look at that white piece right there. Let me zoom this in real quick, see if that works. Oop, the other way. You see where that belt is? The belt is inside that plastic piece. It's supposed to be on the outside. So what happened, if I stick this in there, the belt wore a hole right in that white piece. And that would make it seem like it's not drying because the basket's not spinning and it's burning up the belt along with that white piece. So we have to order one of those. And since we're going to order one of those, you can just get the white piece, but I decided to go get a whole kit, and the whole kit includes the white piece, the arm that the white piece is on, this arm right here, this new spring here, it gets a new spring, and it gets a belt, and it comes with new, get my hands in there at the same time, the blue wheel in the back right there. It comes with new wheels, 4 of them. So we'll replace all that stuff before we can actually try this, because those wheels usually wear out too, because it's just like metal on metal, and if you don't keep them oiled or greased or something, then they're gonna just go bad. Probably how that went bad is it was just metal to metal, and it was getting too hot. It didn't have no lubrication on it, and that's why it just burnt through like that. So that's what we got to look forward to. Alrighty. And like I said, I got the parts. Got the parts right here. The new belt, the new arm. I'm gonna zoom that back out. There we go. The new arm, and these are the new wheels. We got 4 of those. And those wheels come with, do this one-handed here, come with the screw that goes through there, and then you just screw it into the dryer right there, and then that wheel rotates on that screw. But you should always put a few drops of oil on there, definitely when you first start using it, but when you first install it, and then I would do it probably every year. Then we got a new screw that goes to this bracket right here, and that's it. Oh, there's our new spring. I mean, the spring in there is probably good, but this was a whole kit, and it cost what was it, $25? I think that's what it was. And that bracket down there I bought off eBay for 10 bucks because that bracket is no longer available. We got to start taking this apart to get the drum out. So to do that, we have to remove this top part here, which looks like a screw there, a screw here, on both sides, I'm sure. Yeah, a screw here and a screw there. So once we take that apart off, we'll be able to pry this apart a little bit, as long as we take these off too, because this whole inside, the whole inside has to come out to be able to get to changing the wheels on there. So, and this just slides off the back. Piece right here, I undid the belt around there, so from the back, so now this is loose. This is the belt that's loose. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take some of these screws out, and so we can get this thing out of there. Got one little screw on the top that I noticed, and then we have the 4 that I pointed to before. Sorry, I had the remote for the phone in my pocket and I hit the button on accident. Luckily it made a noise because I heard it. Wouldn't have to do this for a third time. So that's that part. And this was really disgustingly dirty in here. I vacuumed that up on the first take. That didn't work. So yeah, there was mice poop in there. It was just filled. It was gross. So all right, we have those. So the only thing we got now is these 4 screws here, I believe. We'll give it a little tug and see if it comes loose. I already got I can actually hold this up. This piece comes off. And there it is. All right, let me slide this over. I'm gonna flip this around, because here you can see 2 of the wheels that we're going to replace, and then the other 2 are right there. So once you get all the stuff out of the way, then it's easy to get to them. And I didn't prepare myself very well, so I don't know what size it is. I think a crescent wrench will work, but I'll have to get one. Hello again. It's been a couple weeks because life got in the way. So we're going to start out with replacing the wheels. And like I said, we'll put a little bit of oil on there. I'm just using regular air tool oil. Anything's fine, 3-in-1 oil, I say anything. And I'm just going to put just a couple drops and then just spin it around down there to get it lubed in there. And that's it. So I already did the other 3. So we should be all set there. I got a crescent wrench somewhere. Oh, right here. We'll start with this right here. These are pretty easy. They got a flat edge on them. through one, but I forgot to put my hand on the nut that's on the other side. Got a nut on this other side, plus a washer. You can see all the hair wrapped around there. All the dust that's going to get in there and all that brand new oil that we just put in there, but oh well. So it had a washer on this side and then a washer on the back with the nut. And plenty of room to let all the hair wrap around there like it did. I didn't let you enjoy me taking off the bottom two, because I would have been just in front of the camera anyway. You wouldn't be able to see what I was doing, but one of them I took off. It doesn't even spin on there. It's all filled with the grease or whatever they put on there is just filled with dust and stuff. So that's why it's good to clean these every once in a while, at least once a year, I would say. But yeah, this is the only bad one that I've seen. The other one spun pretty good. So, all right, so I still got to put these new ones in here. So if you really want to watch, you can. Oh, whoops, that was a new one. Okay, new ones. Didn't want to mix them up with the old ones. So the nuts in the back, hopefully you can see it, is back here. So I have to hold a wrench back there to hold this down. Again, we put on the washer, put it through. Another washer on the other side. And then the nut. A wrench in the back. Still snug, so there we go. One more. Go. Now we have our 4 new wheels on there, and I already tightened the ones on here. I tightened the nuts on there. All right, let's put this piece on. I found some screws, and I showed you how this goes together, which of course was wrong. But let's make sure you're in sight there. There we go. So this goes up inside there. But we're gonna put this aside for now. This piece actually bolts on like this, and this piece comes over across here, and I believe it's that screw. Let's see. Yes. It has these two little notches right here, goes towards the back. So we put all those in. So that's how that goes in there. All right, now we need our Phillips screwdriver to change out our wheel and arm. Comes with the new screw. Here's our new one, our new screw. Back in the same hole, back in the same slot. Snug it. And then move like that. And we'll put our new spring on afterwards from the back. So I'll just set this back here for now. Out with the old and with the new. And the new one has ridges that goes against the tub. The other side is flat. I'm just going to stick it around there for now so we can use it as a handle to put back in. And it's going to set up on this edge as we put it in there. Just like that. And then we need our front piece. And they'll sit on top of the wheels. Just like that. There's two hooks that holds this side on, so you don't have to hold this thing all the time. And there's two on the bottom. Two hooks on the bottom on this side, the top on that side. So this way you don't have to hold the thing all the time. And then we can start putting the screws in. All right, the front is together. Now we need to get the belt put on from the back. All right, we're underneath. I'm going to hold the camera here, hold the phone here. Hopefully get everything in there. There's one thing I wanted to mention. There's a switch right here. So supposedly if this belt breaks, this thing will shoot down like this and hit that switch, turn the dryer off, so it don't continue to heat up and burn up everything, start a fire. So that's a good thing. So I made sure the drum or the belt was around the drum properly up on top with all the little grooves facing the drum. And then in the part where it actually spins, so it's all lined up. So then we put it around here like this, and then we got to go around the motor. Let's see, get this camera in there. Come on, stay in there. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand, I guess. Maybe not. There we go. Sorry about that. I hit the camera, but it was kind of tough getting that in there. So you can see the track of the belt. Comes down from this side, around the motor, back up here. So the flat side of the belt is on this roller, and then it goes up. So we should be able to spin this. And if you spin it a little bit, it should line the motor up, or should line the belt up pretty centered to where it was before. So that's all there is to it. Except it's hard to do with one hand. All right, now we're gonna put this piece in, the one that goes into there, and then out here. Let's get my light out of there first. We probably don't want to lock that in there. So you can put it in there in one piece again if you want. Feel around where it goes. Let's see, you can see that. Yeah, you see where it's at in there. If you just put that around that pipe. There we go. Now it's around the pipe in there, and all we need is our one screw right here. And I gotta get that, oh, here it is. I'm gonna have to set the camera down for a second. While I put the screw in. Alright, I got it started. Well, let me do that over, because I forgot to put these tangs in the bottom. I was testing out the front to put that on there next, and I came across a little issue. I forgot, or didn't think about, I should say. The wires, this goes to the front door, so I just left this up in here, which is supposed to go down. So I had to loosen up this front part so I could shove these wires down there. So that's the way it's supposed to go. So don't forget that part, so we can have, where is it? This right here hanging down here to plug into the door. And then of course the other two still go over here like this. So putting this bottom on, there's slotted holes in the bottom, and then there's hooks down underneath that we have to set this on, and they'll hold the bottom in just like that. And then we have to connect our switch to the little connector here, and it only goes in one way. Just like that. And then we push it up, and I found 4 screws that they lost when they took it apart to see if they could fix it themselves. So, at least we'll be able to hold this together. Alright, let's see if I can pull this door open. Oh yeah, that's nice and easy. Alright, I'm not going to worry about putting the top on right now. That's out in the garage, but I'm not worried about it because it ain't going to stop us from using it. Now we have these 2 plug-ins, connectors that go to these right here. And course, they all only go on one way. Make sure I push them in there all the way. Alright. And then this just kind of hooks on there. It has a little hook here, a little hook over there, and it's got these little things that go underneath the lid once the lid goes on. So it's kind of just sets on there like that. Just like that. And then the lid will come on and go over the top of these, and it holds that on. All right. I already put the power to the back. You can see I have my big extension cord for 220, and I temporarily made some connections to go on there. And down in the basement, I'm gonna plug it in to where my dryer goes, and then we'll see if this thing smokes or if it wants to work or doesn't work. We'll have to troubleshoot it from there. Now, since we have everything together, this moves, so we know it's going to turn, or if the motor's good, we know it's going to turn. Alright, I want to go downstairs and plug this in. You watch and see if anything goes up in smoke. Okay, just to be safe, we'll open up the door. Is it safe to come in? All right. The light works in there. All right. Not that you can see through this dirty window. Let's throw this in there. Let's just see if it works. There we go, power. Here's some noise, some bells. It's on normal, normal dry, high heat, time. That says 42 minutes, I guess. Let's just hit start and see what it does. Oh. Well, it's spinning. Man, that stuff stinks. I can smell it heating up. Look at all the stuff that blew out of there. That's a bunch of mouse poop. Hey, I can actually feel heat in there. Nice. Let me see if there's a, I don't think there's any way I can show you without taking the front panel back off, but yeah, look at this. It blew that stuff out of there, and all that is mouse turds. That's disgusting. And my door to my house is open too. But look at that, it actually works. I got a little camera thing that I'll hook up to my phone, and then it's a heat sensor, and I'll show you that some heat's coming out of this thing. All right, so I cleaned up the mess, all the poop and everything, because that was disgusting. And I hooked up my little infrared viewer, TC View It's a top down, and this thing can see heat. So I'm gonna record it and then I'll just dub it into the video, but I'll show you back here the heat coming out of the exhaust tube right there when I do it. You've seen the heat sensor go up to about 101 before I hit the switch to turn it back off. I let it run for I think it was a minute and a half or something like that. I mean, you can see it running now up here, and it worked good. Everything was getting nice and toasty in there. I dampened that towel that I put in there just to maybe it'll clean the inside. But yeah, it's got like 21 minutes left to go. But yeah, I've just got to put the top on that, and I think that's it. If there's anything else, you'll see it right here. No, yes. Otherwise, we will see you in the next one.